have not ever been in a class where I was the only person of color.
Yes, I have on numerous occasions since like elementary school. Most of my classes were honors and APs, and oftentimes in those classes, you're either one of a few or one.
That's not abnormal here.
It felt kind of awkward because I've never been in a situation where I was only African American. Because coming out of high school, I went to an all-black school, and this is a predominantly white institution, so it was rather different.
No, I don't think so. Pretty much every class I've been in has been like a decent amount of black people or like minorities, so I felt pretty comfortable.
Yes, actually right now in my Science and Technology and Society class, I'm the only black person.
How does that feel?
It feels strange, especially when we talk about topics with race and ethnicities. I feel kind of awkward, but I do feel compelled to speak, but I don't feel, quite right in that type of setting. Yes, I definitely feel like it's very well publicized. I feel like many of the students see the advertisements. It's on Facebook, Twitter, everywhere, and I feel like it's easily accessible for all students.
It's because of the listservs and the Facebook groups. I feel like most of the African American events get a whole lot of publicity.
Definitely open to all students. Publicized well, I don't know, because for the most part they're always on Facebook, but if you're not friends with the right people, you might not be invited to them.
I do think they're well publicized, and they are open for all students, but it's always stressed more towards the African American community rather than people of other ethnic groups.
Race was never really a major factor to me until I started getting older. Like, I remember being in calculus class and sitting beside this white guy, and he said that his dad helped him with his calculus homework when my mom has probably barely ever seen calculus.
Race has never really been a factor coming from a multiracial household. I grew up with both sides, so it was never a first thing that I thought about in a group of people.
All of my college applications, I actually didn't put what race I was because I didn't want to have that stereotype that I got in because I was African American. I wanted to know that every university that I was accepted to, which was every university that I applied to, I wanted to know that I was accepted because I was academically capable, a well-rounded student, and not just because I was an African American.
Race has always been a factor to me. Growing up in, I guess, a poverty-stricken neighborhood and going to an all-white school, seeing racism at a young age. Race was always, I always knew I was brown.
I would have to say that coming to college, that's when I realized that it's like, I mean, I know I've always known that I was black, but it's never been an issue for me until I came here, and it's like, I'm a minority, white people are the predominant culture or race here, so there's always pressure for me to over-exceed and do better and do more in my classes just so that I don't fall into the stereotypes and negative associations already with black people, I guess.
And so I think high school definitely race because of people started to judge you for your race. Earlier, people were kind of ignorant of the fact, but then in high school, they start to become aware and judge you for your race and such things.
Like NCSU student.
I feel like the campus in general is just a great environment. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do, a lot of different activities you can be a part in, so there's not really anybody that's singled out, so I feel a part of it.
I feel accepted at NC State, but sometimes I think there's just a lot more of my culture that I can add to the melting pot, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, I don't feel like a number here. I feel like I've gotten pretty involved, everybody's pretty welcoming, and that I have a good amount of significance to the campus and the people on campus and people that I come in contact with.
yourself?
I feel like I definitely belong here on campus because I feel like the black community is definitely closer than any other community, I would say. Just because I feel like I know everybody, or at least seen everybody's faces, and I feel familiar with them and familiar talking to them, and I don't feel uncomfortable in any situation. So I feel like comfortable here on campus.
I feel like an NCSU student because I'm well involved, and I make sure that I'm involved to feel like an NCSU student rather than just a student at NC State.
At first, I felt like a student at NCSU, but you have to learn that if you involve yourself, you can become an NCSU student. Like, you might not be openly embraced, but if you take the time to find ways to get inside and not be afraid to step outside yourself, I feel like you can be an NCSU student rather than a student at NCSU.
I am a proud NCSU student. Go